This race is one of those rare ones. It's the only one you see in Australia where it's a battle of the sexes. So at the moment, you've got the men leading 4-1. In the women's field, absolute all-star list. Probably one of the best 10K lists that you'll see anywhere in Australia.
And they're away in the 2021 Run the Bridge 10K Elite Women's Field. Now, last year she sort of did the same thing, likes to lead from the front and get that gap early, and she needs to do that with Gregson on her tail. Heartbreak hill, as we're calling it. It is a slog. It's a slog in the car. Look, when you've got us change from third to back to second to get up that hill, pretty much about 3/4 of the way up Rosny Hill now. This is probably the toughest part of the race, and probably more a mental game than a physical game, isn't it?
Definitely. So I drove up this hill and Holden Astra, and we had to pop back in second just so we could get over the hill. So it shows how much of an incline. But you can see Jen, she's pushing the pace.
But these three in the front really pushing away from the backpack.
Well, exactly. And I think you look at Joel Tobin White, and he's been out for a while. He said that he's coming in, his fitness isn't fantastic. It isn't that great. He missed Launceston 10, unfortunately, because of a virus that struck him. But for him to already be in contact, they're at the 3.5K mark, the men, and Liam's no slouch. Jack, as you know, is no slouch. So a really good race to start off with by Joel Tobin White.
So those lead 4 women breaking away from the pack. They've just passed where the 5K run and walk starts, which is very cool at this event. It actually starts on the bridge.
So the women now, they're going to be approaching that 5-kilometre mark, and we know that the first half of this race obviously a lot slower than the second half. They're going to negative split, you'd imagine, and what you want to see is that the women's race record by Lisa Jane Waitman is 32:41. You can see that Sakafian's looking pretty strong as well, and we know she's a half marathon runner. She's the Canadian record holder, and she's going to be strong on the heels. As we said, she's got the fastest PB in the pace, but maybe not in her best form. She's building towards the middle of the year. So we'll see what's going to happen as we look at the men on the left-hand side. And you've got Riley Cox, the South Australian. He's pushing back in about 4th place at the moment. He's one of those tough athletes as well. He likes to race as much as he can. It's just fantastic when you look at what's happened around the world in the last 12 months. Hats off to Richard from Epic Marketing to be able to put on these races. It hasn't been much on after Launceston 10. People turn their attention to this race, and that's why we get all these international and interstate athletes that come down to races like this, because they're amazing. Exactly, and I think you've got a big announcement for us, Richard. We pulled you over. What's some exciting news that you have for this race in the future?
Well, as you know, last year we did an announcement mid-live stream of this event that we were putting the Launceston Running Festival back on. After a couple of years hiatus, we've got a major sponsor for the Hobart Run the Bridge, and we're really excited and pleased to welcome Tasmanian-owned local business, Think Big. And so next year and for the next 3 years, it'll be known, and hopefully longer, as the Think Big Run the Bridge. But it's getting exciting here as Jen turns off the highway onto Evans Street, and they've got about 2.5 Ks to go.
Jen's pulled away, maintained that lead. She wanted to be out in front. She wanted to lead the pack.
Look at the turn of speed. Look at the cadence. He's got this sort of Steve Prefontaine look about him with the mustache and the glasses there. I thought if Jen got that gap, it would be hard for them to pull it back. Sinead's starting to pile the pace. You can see her cadence has picked up. She's really tucking on that left-hand side, and Jen's now going to hold on.
But Jen Gregson is going to come across the line to take out the women's elite race and the battle of the sexes in the 2021 Run the Bridge.
And would you look at the time? Look at the time, race record by 20 seconds. That is an absolute stellar run. Pashley coming in second. Sinead coming in third there. So you got Melbourne Trap Club going 1, 2, and all 3 women going under the race record. So shot myself in the foot 3 or 4 times, and they've absolutely flown home. And then Jack Rayner coming across the line in 28:27, so he's got a men's race record as well. So 2 race records, 1 race. What a day.
Absolutely. And the women getting the battle of the sexes. Great effort from Jen Gregson.